Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the One Guyana Food Festival 2020. My name is Papa Snow, and I will actually be your chef for today. Today, we are dealing with meals from the West Pacific. Okay, pretty much I'm going to do a nice Japanese beef stir fry with broccoli, carrots, and a few other vegetables in it. All right, real, really nice dish. I think you're going to really enjoy it. I always used to wonder how to cook a really nice broccoli and beef when I was growing up, and I'm so happy that I know how to do it now, right? You know, but before we continue and I show you the dish, I would like to thank our sponsors, okay? Because we do have a few sponsors today, right? I would definitely like to thank A&S Marketing, who is our location sponsor. Make sure you guys visit the page, click like, click subscribe, right? Because it's not easy to get sponsorship all the time, right? And I'm very happy that we're able to get sponsorship for such a beautiful location. Okay, I would also like to thank markchan.com and also MC Production Studios in Guyana for coming and doing all the videography, editing, graphics, everything for the One Guyana Food Festival 2020. It means so much to me that this can be done. I would also like to thank two of our individual sponsors who helped to sponsor today's dish, which is our day two dish. Okay, I would like to thank Zahira Kayam, and I would also like to thank Natasha from Canada. Zahira is from Canada as well. So, to all of our support base out in Canada, I want to thank you. Also, to those of you who support us from around the world, remember this is the day two event here for the One Guyana Food Festival 2020, right? So make sure you guys click like, click subscribe. Just look down at the link below. It's right here on YouTube. It's right here on Facebook. And we are coming to you live and direct at this particular moment, right? So thank you everybody that's watching. And I hope that I can, honor all of our friends from the West Pacific. You have our support. We know that you are the second largest region that has been affected by COVID-19. So I can only imagine the devastation that's going on there. And I hope that you can accept our tribute to you today in your fight. Once again, my name is Papa Snow, and I'm your chef for the day, and I'm coming to you out of Guyana. And this is our way as Guyanese to say thank you. And we are here to entertain and to give you some amazing food. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get this party started. All right, now for this particular dish, I went and I get the nice new wok for this, right? My old wok had a little problems. You would have noticed my old wok in some of the other shows. I'm still looking for quality woks in Guyana, but this is the closest thing that I'm getting. And actually, I'm not even gonna heat that up yet. I do need to set my meat. So I would have had some beef tenderloin that I would have chopped up into little strips, little pieces, because we need it to cook fast. Okay. And now I'm gonna actually start seasoning my beef. Okay. So coming here fast. Some salt. Then we got some black pepper. There we go. Mind I say, if you need the ingredients list, make sure you click like and subscribe on our YouTube page, and you will get a ingredient list for the meals that I am making here today. I put some salt, I put some black pepper. I'm using a tiny bit of Worcestershire. I like Worcestershire in my beef, right? And I'm also going to use a little bit of soy sauce here. Mix this up a little bit. Nothing too fancy, nothing too daring, because we have other seasonings going into the pot, and we have other sauces, right? Okay, now, something that I learned, okay, I never used to do this, but I learned the other day that I could significantly do this and get the right type of texture that I'm looking for on my beef. So I have here about 1/3 of a cup of cornstarch. I don't want to use too much, right? I'm not even going to use that much. About 1/4 cup of cornstarch I'm going to use here. I'm going to mix this up thoroughly. And it's going to look a little funky. However, it is exactly how it needs to be. Just to show you, it's going to look a little clammy, right? But this is kind of what you're looking for. It's got that little starchiness to it, a little stickiness. This is going to help the sauces, such as the fish sauce, the oyster sauce, and the sesame oil hold to it a little properly, right? I'll show you how we're doing this now. So this is pretty much ready here to get ready to go into the pan. So now I have to season my pan, right? You definitely need to work towards seasoning your pan. And before I get to that, I don't wash my hands. All right, guys. So this is technically a fast cook, okay? This is not going to take forever to cook. It is a fast cook. Heating up this pan. Once again, I'm going to use just a tiny bit of olive oil, and I'm also going to trickle in a little bit of sesame oil. Okay, I said a tiny bit, but more like a teaspoon and a half to 2 teaspoons. Because I've got a lot of veggies. This is like, you know, I love the beef for the flavoring, but I actually do this more for the veggies, personally speaking. And as you can see, I've got a ton of veggies that has to go inside this wok. So, for anything, steal a carrot. If I ever come to your house, have carrots out. I'm going to steal those, right? But I'm a bad thief because I talk to myself. Right? All right, so for this dish, we're utilizing a few different things. I've got a little sesame oil here. Now, a lot of people don't really use sesame oil correctly, right? You just got to put a little touch. Sesame oil is very thin, and it will burn. And I'm just going to use just a little tip in there. I don't want plenty in there. And let's go. And we're going to start off real fast. We've got some ginger. Right? We've got a good amount of garlic. Like I said, if you want the ingredients for these meals, make sure you click like, subscribe, and if you're on Facebook, you follow the page. But you got to follow our sponsors page as well, people. Right? Make sure you check out the website. Right? Check out A&S Marketing. Check out markchan.com. And definitely check out the One Guyana Food Festival 2020 page on Facebook and also on YouTube. Okay? Now this is a very nice dish. We're going to have a little bit of sherry in it as a filler, because as a substitution, I should say, because I did not find rice wine when I was looking for it this week. So I figured out you could definitely use sherry as a base ingredient. Sorry. Start to cook down your beef. You know, now remember, I don't always follow a direct recipe, right? Everything that we're doing right here, right? I use your basis, right, for, you know, to build my platform. However, I do put a Guyanese twist to everything, okay? And that is very, very important because we are Guyanese, okay? And yes, Guyanese is a culture that is indicative of every other culture in the world. If you think about it, when it comes to our cooking styles, right? You know, just the history of our country. We have 6 different races in our country, okay? Chinese and Asian and all that stuff. It's all part of us as well, right? So I want you guys to know that, because anytime you want to travel for tourism, anything, as our country evolves, we will have some amazing restaurants and places for you to come here. And I definitely encourage you to visit Guyana, right? Just not this month, right? Right? But definitely encourage you to visit Guyana. And, you know, there's a lot going on. So my beef is cooking pretty well right now. It is almost where it needs to be. It's not quite done. I can see the starches. The starch is actually slowing down the cooking process of the beef. But that's okay. That is all right. Add my sauces in one time because I'm not going to overcook my beef either. Add in my sauces quick. Smells good. The sherry, remember the sherry is alcohol based, so the alcohol's got to cook out a little bit. Now I'm starting to get that real Chinese, Asian, Japanese type smell to this whole thing, right? Onions and a little bit more ginger. I really like my ginger. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, when you start adding in your greens, start with the stuff that's going to take the longest to cook. Carrots will take the longest to cook, right? So I'm going to throw in my carrots first and allow these to work down, right? I do like a lot of greens. I'm not going to use all for each lump. Big thing. Make this meal start coming together. In fact, this is probably one of my favorite meals I'm cooking here. Let these carrots cook down for a couple of minutes. And I put in some chunks of onions here because I want the look. I've got some red onions, some white onions. I don't know why they call them red onions, or purple onions, I guess. They're kind of purple. Now we definitely need some high heat. High heat is going to be very, very important. Okay. For all of you out there in the kitchen, you know, I know how you feel, right? It's not always too easy to be in the kitchen, facing the fire and stuff, but I can tell you this. It is amazing when you can do something awesome for people around the world, and it is a pleasure for me to be here with you guys today and to do this just for you. I'm starting to get that smell that just kind of like makes you addicted to an Asian restaurant. That's the smell I'm getting right now, piece by piece. And that's happening as the beef cooks down. I made sure I left some little particles, you know, some little bits of fat on that beef because I want that saltiness from the tenderloin fat, right? That's gonna really, really build some body into the meal here and just add the flavors that you need, right? Okay, now you're not gonna overcook your carrots either. Now you will notice here, I don't just have the broccolini tops, but I also use the stalks of the broccoli, which to me is like my favorite part, right? All right, so these will take a little longer to cook. Throw these in, right? We don't have to waste anything, you know, don't waste your veggies. Don't waste them, right? Also some of our local string bean, which is called bora. Throw some of that in one time. Right? Because even though it's kind of a broccoli stir fry, I wanted a lot of greens in it. I made it just like an international stir fry. Right? Right? So now I guess it's starting to look like something that you would want to buy in the store. So that's a big thing, huh? And we haven't even added the broccoli yet. I'm not going to add too much more greens except broccoli and some sweet peppers. Okay, so with what I'm seeing here, I'm definitely going to need to add some more fish sauce. So Throw in a little bit more fish sauce. And I'm going to add some more oyster sauce. So maybe about another two tablespoons. In fact, I'm gonna go about 3 more tablespoons because it's a lot of greens. And I'm also gonna dash a little bit more soy. Right now, I'll add in my broccoli before I add in the water. This is what we're doing. Auntie Gaichi cut these things so nice and cute. Look at them. If my little boy was to get broccoli like this, he might actually enjoy it. Right? Kids will like broccoli looking like this because it's kid friendly. Very kid friendly. Now, once again, like most of our dishes, we need to incorporate all of the flavors and everything else that is here. I will dig some more salt into this pot and some more pepper. Here we go. So, sprinkle a little bit more salt, nothing major. About a teaspoon of salt, or about like 2 dashes. If you don't know what a dash is, right? 2 dash should be about a teaspoon of salt. Likewise, a teaspoon of black pepper. Stir up the pot. You're almost done here. This will be done maybe in a few minutes. As soon as this broccoli is tender enough, then this is pretty much done. And that didn't really take very long now, did it? And imagine, right? Many of us think that this is a very hard thing to cook. It's not very hard to cook. Add some water. And add in some sweet peppers. I can see my bora is almost completely cooked. My carrots are tenderizing. And now what we're looking for is for this sauce in here to actually cook down, right? And become almost to the texture of the oyster sauce, right? Kind of what we're looking for, right? That's gonna happen when the starch from the beef incorporates with the rest of the dish. Now, of course, you can make your sauce as thick as you like. You can keep it as thin as you like. I want a particular type of look. I want it to be kind of glazed on top of it. So I want a real restaurant finished look to it, right? In which case, once again, I will have to add more oyster sauce to this particular recipe to achieve that. So I'm going to go ahead and put in another couple tablespoons of this oyster sauce because of the amount of greens that I have. I don't need to add no more fish sauce. I will add a little bit more soy to balance out my salts. Mind I say, don't do this like this unless you're really au fait with your flavors. Some more fresh garlic right there. Do like the garlic, right? Definitely, I like the garlic. And this meal is almost done. I'm just gonna cook out that oyster sauce a little bit because I don't want it to be too concentrated. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I can definitely tell you that this is actually very heavy. At least heavy enough for that I'm not going to go ahead and try to hold it with one hand to show it to you, right? Like a baby. Show you what is going on right here. So this is our Japanese beef stir fry, okay? So I want you guys to see what's going on. And this is pretty much ready, right? So it's only to put it into the dishes, right? May I have that? Ah, beautiful. Now I could have done this a lot faster. It just depends on your burner, right? The BTU on this one is a little low, but it's pretty much set for residential cooking. Now you can see my sauce. I want to show you the texture, the consistency of the sauce, right? So this is what we're looking at, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're looking at. You want a sauce that texture there, right? So it kind of parfaits over everything and coats everything very nicely. Okay, so that completes us preparing our West Pacific dish, which is our Japanese beef stir fry. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed watching that. Right. Also, remember, if you need the recipe for this dish, please click like and subscribe right here on YouTube or right here on Facebook, and and you can definitely get the recipe. So this is it here inside the dish, ready to go and be plated. Okay, so I hope you enjoy when you try this recipe at home, right? And finally, you don't gotta go to no Chinese store anymore for make one of these, okay? So if y'all was ever wondering how, fish sauce, oyster sauce, those are actually the key to it. And just having really fresh greens. So being in Guyana, we always have fresh greens, right? So please make sure you hit share, you hit like, you hit subscribe, you follow, and you help us get out our Guyanese cuisine and also help share the One Guyana Food Festival page, which will be launched on June 8th. And we will be featuring shows like this one. This is our day 2 show. And we will be featuring this show and other shows for the whole week. Okay? So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And I will see you tomorrow on day 3 when we are making our Southeast Asian chicken and bacon fried rice. Okay? Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.